Hello everybody, this is the Don Bot bringing you another SC2 cast. Here we got a ZvZ on the Antigua shipyard. Spawning in the top right, the blue Zerg, we got MekrahPrime, who actually posted this on All Things Zerg, Reddit, subreddit. And in the bottom left, we've got the red Zerg SkitArg. So, Antigua shipyards, is, from what I know, it's like, pretty good for getting 3 bases. I don't know if that's necessarily true in all the matchups, though.
I'd say in Zerg, yeah, if you get a second base.
Macro into something else.
Yeah, for Zerg and Zerg versus Zerg, definitely it's a lot easier than most matchups to get that 3rd base up and going.
Cool. Do we know what level that this matchup is at?
Yeah,
I think platinum.
This is a platinum,
right?
Yep. And I don't know if you said it, but yeah, it was submitted by MekrahPrime. Now,
yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, ZvZ, a very interesting matchup. Predominantly, you're just going to see Roach matchups, Roach versus Roach, and then either Infestor or Hydra, and then late game Hydra and Infestor. Hydra just has that such good DPS. But sometimes you get something crazy, like, well, you can see a lot of Ling Bling in the very beginning. You can see some Ultra, or you can see some Muta. So I want to see what's going on at the platinum level right now. What type of plays are these guys trying to do? I want to see it.
Yeah, you know me. I usually just do the Zerg 4 gate. I usually win with that too. I mean, it's a pretty good build.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, we just had a post on that recently, or a video on that. Check out our YouTube channel. Become a subscriber so you can just know everything about the Don Bot. Learn about how to get better. Learn how to be awesome. That's how it is, right?
All that stuff.
Yep, everything. And pretty standard openings right here. Something like 15 spawning pool, 15 extractor. Looks like they're going to take an expansion right away. So pretty standard openings. Very versatile. You can really do anything. You can either put on tons of pressure, or you can just sit back and macro. Looks like SkitArg will be the first one to get the metabolic boost. Now it's kind of interesting. You want to get the metabolic boost if you plan on putting on pressure, and then you want to get a Baneling Nest if you plan on defending. That's how it is.
The metabolic, or rather to delay the metabolic.
What's that? Oh yeah, so you're gonna delay. Yeah, so it's kind of like a choice, economics. You gotta choose one or the other. You can't choose everything. But it looks like SkitArg, because he got a little bit later of a gas, he's gonna get the metabolic boost a little later. So, or MekrahPrime did. So SkitArg will have a good amount of time to go and harass, and he has 6 lings going in right now. But 6 did pop for MekrahPrime. He'll be able to defend this, but once the speed gets up, put on a lot of pressure if you have enough lings. So I already took.
You like the defensive spine crawler there in the mineral line, or you think it's a waste?
In the natural or in the main? Oh, he already has it down. I'd like to see another queen. And it looks like he does have it going down with the natural. That way you can block the ramp right here, and then you can even walk the spine crawler down. So right now SkitArg really should be abusing the fact that he has speed, but since the spine crawler's here, he's really not going to be doing much. So it's
got a little look at the base though. That's something.
What's that? Yeah, he got a good look. He sees what's going on. There's no hive going up yet. Nothing funny. So pretty standard.
Gotta watch those 6-minute hives.
Yeah, you do. So actually pretty even. SkitArg actually has more drones, so he's gonna be more ready. He'll be ready when for this expansion that just popped. So he's actually in better position because he has much more economy, much better economy with 8 more drones. Although that could just be because of the injects. The inject cycle, you can just really kind of play with that. But wow, looks like
by here by MekrahPrime.
Yeah, taking out a couple of drones. It's some good work right there.
Yeah, and he was able to cancel his spine crawler, I think, too.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, we have that Baneling Nest going down for SkitArg. The one's already down for MekrahPrime. So just see if he uses that. He does have 4 banelings on the way. I wonder if he's just going to try and run them in. This level, that's a really good strategy. Just get some banelings in. If you can get a couple of probe kills, you can just do so well with that. See, these banelings are dancing around and they all go for the queen. Not the best decision, not the best trade-off, but if you take out someone's queen and they don't have enough queens takes out another queen. Oh wow, yeah. Because then you just can't get up the necessary troops that you need if you don't have those injects. Looks like
now they're running up into the main.
Yeah, that's good play. I always like going into the main. Just watch out for that baneling. Maybe separate off a couple of lings. This is where that micro just gets so intense right there. Took out a handful of lings. Now all of a sudden it looks pretty even. It looks like SkitArg could engage right now. I'm not sure why he's not doing that. Well, let's see what's going on back home. It looks like SkitArg still has a good amount of a drone lead and the ling lead. So there. Oh. Yeah, I think that MekrahPrime really could have drone behind this. It looks like they're both slipping in macro. That's just a big thing that can really help out, is just realizing to hit your injects. That's what's going to get you into the Diamond League. Hit your injects. Keep building those drones. Maybe switch tech and get into roaches. But all that's going to allow you to do that. You can't get into roaches if you don't have the right amount. Wow, really good attack right there by MekrahPrime. Killed that onslaught that was coming forward. Looks like he's going to be getting his +1 melee, or +1 carapace. It's going to help out with the banelings. That'll make it so it has to be 2 hits on the zerglings. It does look like he's trying to transition out of roach, is MekrahPrime, but he is pretty far down on the drone count. SkitArg just getting his lair right now, and MekrahPrime doesn't have his lair right now, so he is pretty far behind tech-wise. Good scout though, taking out this third.
He's going to deny a third here though.
Yeah, very good. Very good at denying the third.
When do you like to get your lair?
When do I like to get my lair? My strategy, I generally get gas at 40, which is really tough because if you don't get your gas, if you don't get any gas, you can't put on pressure for a third. So I basically like force the opponent to go macro with me. So I usually get my lair. I'm not exactly sure the timing, but after 40 I'll get my missile, +1 missile, +1 carapace, and then get my lair. And that timing works out well because you're able to get out everything that you need as far as roach speed and infestors. So it looks like MekrahPrime is getting a slightly earlier third, but he still needs much more drone saturation right now. He only has one. Yep, he only has one extractor that's saturated right now. So that's just the thing. As a Zerg, you really have to maintain that drone count the entire time, but see what's going on with your opponent if they're Zerg, because you just want to walk that fine line.
Yeah, and he's been behind pretty much this whole game, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. It just seems like the droning got away from him in the beginning, and having that little early attack at the very beginning kind of got away from him.
SkitArg's pathogen glands just hit past 40 seconds completion. That's when you're supposed to start making your infestors,
yep.
Right?
That is right. So it looks like they're taking down the third. A little bit of a miscue there where he loses the Baneling. I feel like a Baneling or two would actually be very handy in taking on all these Zerglings. Actually has quite a big lead right now. He should really push in. The main count is the roach count, is what's going to be doing most of the damage, and sucking up the damage too. So you should really be engaging. You want to focus fire with that Baneling. Yep. So I think that MekrahPrime can actually, or SkitArg can actually take this fight, but since he's been retreating the whole time, just letting those Bane and those Lings get all those free hits on him. And now it's pretty even right now. SkitArg definitely has to retreat. A good opening for MekrahPrime to come in and take out this third. And one thing is, it's kind of funny, you know, MekrahPrime really has to defend right now, so he has to make roaches, because there's that possibility that MekrahPrime can come in and just kill him. So what I really like doing is doing just that attack, but know that you can pull back yourself. So just drone up really hard right now, get your 3 bases saturated while you basically do like a pressure attack. But, well, I don't know if that melee is going to help, or that carapace is going to help enough. He's losing his roaches, which isn't a good thing. So yeah, I would like to see him pull back, or at least sacrifice the Lings to take out the third. And I really would like to see him drone up really hard, because just imagine that your troops are right here in front of the enemy base, and you're droning, you're making tons of drones, and he's making tons of roaches. All those roaches could have been drones for him, whereas you're getting the benefit of that. So that's like the real benefit of being aggressive as Zerg, is that you can always pull back. I think that made sense.
Yeah.
So right now I just have both players macroing up. I'd like to see MekrahPrime, or I'd like to see both players spread a little bit of creep. It's not completely necessary in ZvZ, but at least have some creep between your bases. That is quite important. Yep. But it looks as MekrahPrime is pretty far behind right now. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to come back. Just got equal footing on drones, but they could still each have a lot more drones. Typically you'd want to have about 75 altogether, around 25 per base. And really thinking about taking a 4th right now is what SkitArg should be doing, because he has such an advantage. Those infestors really play a good role of just keeping the roaches in their place, locking them down, doing a good amount of AoE damage. It looks like MekrahPrime is opting for the Hydra Den instead of the infestors.
I wonder why he's not. I wonder why he's not making more infestors. Yeah. Well, I'm wondering too.
And it looks like SkitArg does have 1-1 upgrades going for the 2-2. That's another big thing that you want to pay attention to. Upgrades are obviously very important in this matchup. I feel like Zerg always needs good upgrades for every single matchup. I mean, ZvT, you really want those upgrades. Having that defense, the carapace, really helps you get into the Marines. Really helps you run your Lings in there. And then Protoss too.
Yeah, you could probably even say that about pretty much every matchup in every race.
Well, I'm just thinking PvP. Usually the getting upgrades in that isn't always that good.
Not a big deal, yeah. That's kind of true.
And TVT.
So their 2-2 like almost even right now.
Yeah, they're very even. SkitArg started his upgrades first, but he started on 1 Evo chamber, whereas SkitArg opted for the dual Evo chamber. And I gotta say, I really like the infestor role right here. They don't take up nearly as much food as what for what they do. Yeah, it looks like we that's interesting. We have the melee going down for SkitArg. I wonder if he's gonna transition into Ultralisk. Do I just not see that going on now? He has the triple evolution chamber. You don't see that very often. Could be doing that, or possibly just getting a Spire Tech, none of which we are seeing yet, but he did take that 3rd, or the 4th. I think the 4th would have been a lot better taking the gold.
Got it. We got an engagement coming in here. I don't know if SkitArg's ready for it though.
He's not seeing it. And so what's really what's really important here is using your fungals correctly and just dropping a ton of infested Terrans. It's really good to use it right next to enemy bases, because they can't just retreat. If they retreat, they lose their base. And it looks like a really good spread by MekrahPrime. He's going to have a really good angle going on right here. And
doing a lot of DPS though. That might be too much.
Wow, just such good macro right here by MekrahPrime. I think that's pretty much going to do it for him.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that 2-2 just...
Man, those Hydras hit so hard.
Up. Yeah, if you can't get to the Hydras, they're so weak, but if they're just sitting back and doing damage, they can just really get to them. Yeah, pretty close, but no, not anymore. Army supply is now double for MekrahPrime. Really, SkitArg, I feel like he just didn't quite macro right. He should have had Hydras earlier, and really just got caught out of position. I gotta say, that was a really good job of a surround by MekrahPrime, having that really good concave, forcing that limited amount of roaches into a smaller area with the split up army of SkitArg. And you just can't, in ZvZ you can't fight with half your army. You can't do that. It's either little tiny attacks or everything.
You think maybe he made too much infestors and it cut into his ability to make
you really want to be able to max out relatively quickly after you make all those infestors. He had something like 10, 12 infestors, which I like late game, but you have to be maxed.
Yeah, like any caster, if you got too much casters and not enough meat to protect them, then they lose their effectiveness.
Yeah, so thanks for sending the replay. MekrahPrime, way to stay in there, and just like we always say, it's all about the macroing up, staying in the game. Don't just throw in the towel when you're behind, because he was pretty far behind, but it's a good comeback. Yep. All right, signing out. Team Donbot.
Peace.